What's going on, you guys? My name is Wolf and welcome to today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about how I study for finals. So finals are right around the corner, but I kind of wanted to talk about how I study for finals because some people might just start studying for finals, or their finals might be another month away. It just depends on what college you go to. But since it's that time of finals, I decided, I'm going to talk about this now. So my finals are next week, but I've been studying for 3 weeks. So the first way I study for finals is I study in advance. I start studying 3 weeks in advance. Yes, 3 weeks in advance. Soon, after the last test, usually your professor will tell you what you need to study for your final. At least mine did. Mine told me that you need to study for so-and-so for your final. And they start putting out reviews, or they start posting reviews for you to study for your finals. It always just depends on the professor. Some of them might start telling you what you need to study ahead of time, and some of them might start telling you what you need to study a week before finals. It just depends on your professor. Sometimes they're really good professors, and sometimes they're okay professors, and sometimes they're really bad professors. On my math professor didn't tell us what we needed to study for very early. It was maybe 2 weeks before, and we still had a lot of studying to do. It was a cumulative final, so all this information packed into this few days. But for me, I study 3 weeks in advance. I turn off all the TVs so I can study and focus, so I don't have to listen to something that, usually with words, I'll focus on the words rather than focus on what I'm studying. And then the doggos. So the doggos, Minnie typically wants to be everywhere with me. She'll typically want to play all the time. So for her, I typically leave Doggo out with her to play with her, or I'll give her something to chew on, or I'll throw her squeaker a few times, and then she'll leave me alone for about 30 minutes, so I'll go study for that time. Or I'll sit out in the living room with her and just pet her and study at the same time. Dogs are usually the hardest to study around, especially when they're puppies. They're definitely the hardest to study around, but you kind of have to figure out a way that'll keep them happy so you can study and they won't distract you too much. And when it's nasty outside, you can't really let them outside to play, so you kind of have to figure out a way around it. And it's been nasty for the last 3 weeks. It's been raining almost every day for 3 weeks. It's raining right now, so if there's thunder, it's because it's raining. But another way I study for finals is music. So I don't listen to music with lyrics in it when I study for finals, because when I have music with lyrics in it, I want to focus on the lyrics. I don't want to focus on what I'm reading or the video I'm watching for school. I just want to focus on the music lyrics. So everything goes in one ear and out the other ear, or one in one brain and out the other side of the brain. So I usually have to listen to video game score. So this actually really helps, especially when it's very relaxing music. So sometimes I'll listen to Assassin's Creed or Final Fantasy video game score, and it really helps. So I'll just find something very relaxing with that music, and I'll just kind of relax into it, and I can study because I'm so focused on what I'm studying. And usually any distractions going around will be drowned out by my music. So that definitely helps when I study for finals and when I study for really any test. Or I always have a small snack before I study, so I don't have to get up and go find another snack, which cuts into my studying time. And I don't want it to cut into my studying time. That's not good, because I should be studying at least a specific amount of time. And if I get up and move too much, then I might forget what I was going to study in the first place and have to start all over again, which I don't want to do that. And then I already talked about all the distractions. And then the last way I study is I get a good night's rest. So with finals, you don't want to stay up till midnight studying for these finals, because you might not be able to retain what you studied. I remember in my math class, there was a student in my math class that would stay up all night to study for their final, and they didn't retain anything that they studied, but they didn't study much through the semester. You really have to study through the semester, and I had to study through the semester with my classes now. And I didn't stay up till midnight studying. I studied a specific amount of time because I didn't want to study over time. If you study over a specific amount of time, like if you study like 10 hours a day, you might not retain everything you studied. Your brain can really only take so much of studying before you finally just need to relax and say, I'll pick it up again tomorrow. So I try to study a specific amount of time, so I don't overwhelm myself with information that I already know, but information that I need to remember even more. So it just reinforces what I need to remember. And studying is not easy. It takes a lot of time, but it's very important that you study and that you study throughout the semester. so you don't fall behind, and so that it makes retaining this information even easier. Finals are right around the corner, and I got more finals to take, so I'm gonna go study. I still have some studying to do, even though I'm almost done studying, but I'm gonna go study. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as usual, you guys, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. So see you guys later.